attention he or she needs. But when a Brooklyn mom suspected her daughter with autism was being abused, she was forced to take drastic steps and secretly record what was happening on the school bus. Well, what she found was appalling.
You're not effing with all these kids, but you can F with all these guys. What she needs, I don't know. All I know is she's using violence.
Sorry, look, Mommy!
All right, and Veronica Droz, mom of 11-year-old Tori, joins us here this morning. Veronica, thank you so much for being with us. I know this is still horribly tough for you. I can see it in your eyes, going through that and even hearing that video. You hanging in there as much as you can?
Of course.
Yeah, it is. Let's talk about how this all started. You suspected something was wrong when your daughter, 11-year-old Tori, didn't want to get on the school bus, and you said, "This is not my daughter. Something's up here."
Right. She actually smacked the babysitter across the face, which is what made me to believe that something was wrong, because she's not
my daughter.
Right.
Yeah.
So from there, I decided something was going on, and I stuck the recorder in her book bag.
Yeah, in her book bag, and then so you were able to get what I understand about 40 minutes of your daughter repeatedly asking that her seatbelt be put on. Innocent enough, obviously she's aware that she needs to be safe, but then what you got in that video, tell me the worst of it here.
Well, you hear the bus barrier refusing to put it on. She says, "I'm not going to do it, you do it." My daughter's not able to do it. That's what she's hired for. She's hired to take care of her, to strap her in and make sure she's safe.
And make things even worse, we're not just talking about curse words here, we're talking about, F words. And
yes.
Children.
And about her mother at that, because that's what she was talking about, me, in front of my daughter, and refusing to put a seatbelt on for the whole 39 minutes of the tape. My daughter's in the background crying and practically begging her. And she turned around and looked at her and said, "I'm not doing it, you do it."
Bring me in that room when you were hearing this videotape. It's one thing to get home, and then you're starting to listen, and it gets worse, and it gets worse with everything you hear. How was that for you?
It was horrible. It's a horrible feeling. There's nothing you can do about it. Because I tried and I tried. I went to the Board of Ed, went to the school, and nobody seems to do anything.
This is PS 329, and
Yes.
you went and talked to the principal, and they were far from sympathetic. What do you mean?
They don't care. They don't.
You said the principal was in kind of
Yeah, smirk on her face. The smirk on her face, and looked at me like, "Okay, whatever, I'll investigate." I haven't heard from her since.
Well, we did hear 10 days later from the Department of Education. They gave the response here, and we can show that. This is what they said. The investigation found that the paraprofessional used inappropriate language. A letter of reprimand was placed in her file, and she was suspended without pay for 2 days. So we know the person's no longer working with Tori, but you're like, 2 days? Is that...
Well, I made sure she was away from my daughter before I even left the school that
But
day.
you're also upset about the 2 days.
2 days. 2 days. My daughter suffered for 3 months. She didn't sleep for 3 months.
And it's still tough for her.
And it's still tough. She still screams, "No school, no school." And she gets 2 days suspension.
Have you talked to
And they still haven't mentioned the seatbelt issue. It's like everyone seems to keep ignoring
You
it.
would think that would be bad enough, but on top of it, the insults that came along with it. Have you talked to that person, that paraprofessional?
No, I haven't seen her.
And
I'm not allowed to see her. I'm not allowed to know the outcome.
what would your words be to somebody like that who could...
I don't know right about now. I'm so angry and I'm disgusted with what she did.
Yeah. But it's heartbreaking. I mean, you think that if anybody even just, holds your child in a different way or, brushes her hair, it's heartbreaking as a mom, even more so when you see that this is, her safety is at jeopardy and even the language used.
It was horrible. If you would hear the tape, you'd probably cry also.
Yeah, I'm sure it's very tough for you, and it's tough to get over.
Very.
And we appreciate your sharing that, and hopefully, we'll get Tori, back in more positive thoughts that she can get back on that bus and continue in school. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. It is now 7:37. Sukanya?
All right, Francis, the so-called scream rooms, we've been telling you about them at Connecticut.